Well, well, well. Look what brave little mouse has come crawling into my den. An impressive feat, I must say. At least for a mortal. Why, it's not every day you see someone such as yourself walk so brazenly into hell. The confidence on your face. It's something to be admired. But what else should I expect? After all, it takes a certain kind of braveness or stupidity to make a deal with one such as I. To make a deal with a devil. Welcome to my parlor, brave mouse. It is a pleasure to make your accommodation once again. How might I be of assistance? Actually, before we get started on the nitty-gritty of the reason for your being here, allow me to alter our surroundings slightly. Make them a bit more relaxed. Comfortable, even. It's ever so important to me that my clients enjoy the time they spend here, and you're no different, even though I doubt what we will be discussing will be particularly pleasant. There. Gone is my office, replaced instead by a banquet of tasty food and delightful beverages. Indulge yourself, because depending on what you say to me, little mouse, it may be the last feast you enjoy in a very, very long time. While you do that, I just need to attend something. Sheila, could you please rearrange my schedule for the next few hours? I expect I'm going to be a little busy. Oh, my warlock is already waiting in the lobby? Well, tell him he'll have to come back later. After all, I could take away the powers I grant him with a flick of my finger, and I sincerely doubt he'd want that, would he? No. No, he wouldn't. Thank you. 1,000 pardons for that, my friend. I'm ever so busy. Being a devil is a rigorous job, even on the quiet days. So many people, both mortals and immortals alike, want something from you. Positively infuriating sometimes. People pestering me, asking for things, trying to strike a deal or escape it. It never actually happens. My contracts are ironclad. Escape-proof. There's not a single loophole in their terms, I promise you. But still they try, the fools. They always think they can outwit me, when they most decidedly cannot. But enough ranting and moaning from me. That's not what you're here for. You're here on business, my friend. With purpose. But whatever for. You wish to escape your contract, of course. Of course. Why else would you be here? I suppose there was always the chance you'd want to create another one, but there isn't particularly much else you can offer me, is there? I mean, I already have dominion over your soul, and there isn't much else about you that intrigues me. Your talents, your skills, all irrelevant to one such as I. All that mattered was what makes you, you, and I already have that, don't I? Forgive me. I sign so many contracts daily, I've actually forgotten. What did you sell your immortal soul for again? Ah, yes. You wanted to be a successful writer. I remember now. Watching you day in, day out at that computer, hip, hip, typing away at that keyboard, spurting out words, crafting sentences, and forming stories all in the hope that you might one day make it big. That you might one day have people acknowledge your talent. That you might one day get published. And have you not? Have you not succeeded in what you set out to do? Have I not fulfilled what I promised? You are a successful writer, are you not? Though, I suppose in a way you already were. For anyone who enjoys what it is they're doing is success in one form or another. Sure, you could have waited. You could have bided your time like everyone else, just played the game and mastered your talent in the hopes someone might notice. But you didn't. You came to me and took a shortcut. And now you're trying to escape the consequences of your actions. But really, you should have been more specific about what kind of successful writer you really wanted to be. Or perhaps should have read your contract a bit more closely before you signed on the dotted line. You could have mentioned that you focused on novels, or that you have a dynamite spec script for a screenplay. Or perhaps you try your hand at erotica, or dabble in science fiction. But no, you kept it vague, like all my collected souls do. You didn't think of your wording through, and because of that, you left my options wonderfully open. Something I can't thank you for enough. I mean, so what if your successful writing field isn't exactly what you intended when you made the deal? It's still a successful career, is it not? Remind me what it was? Ah, yes, ASMR scripts. I see you have quite a I see you have quite a lot of fills. More than a few upvotes on those too. I'd be jealous if I cared about that sort of thing. You have hundreds of very talented voice actors filling each one of your stories and waiting for more. So what seems to be the problem? Is it the medium? Or the lack of fame? Because really, my friend, if fame is all you care about rather than the joy of writing itself, perhaps that was your problem to begin with. You took your love of your art for granted, wishing instead to make a profit, when really you should have appreciated what you had and viewed any fame you got from it as a side bonus. But that's just my 2 cents. I'm not judging. I've seen far worse cases than you. Why, you're barely a drop in the bucket when it comes to the depraved selfishness that I've seen you mortals display. Why? You need merely look around the halls of my home and you'll see the millions of wretched souls I've laid claim to over the centuries, all of them screaming, begging for escape from torment that they'll never find. Each one expanding my domain and my reputation amongst my peers, increasing my power, one contract at a time. No doubt you already saw the future that lies in store for you when you entered this place. A matter I am certainly intent on rectifying, by the way. I'm not entirely happy with how you managed to enter this place uninvited, even if our encounter has certainly proved amusing thus far. I'm quite intent on discovering your method of intrusion before you leave. Ah, were you expecting me to say that you won't be leaving? No, little mouse. You still have many years of whatever it is you mortals do before you enter my home for the next infinitude. Because in case that thick head of yours needs to be told, I won't be amending our deal. I have stuck to my terms exactly as they were laid out. But you haven't, mortal. Allow me to enlighten you in the folly of your ways. Clause F, Section 6, Paragraph 6, client will not enter the home of the contractor unless otherwise invited. Doing so will result in one of several punishments listed below. Those punishments, let's look at them, shall we? Permanent blindness, loss of limbs, deafness, muteness, incognito. It's a fun one. Or something ironic. Yes, I almost always choose the ironic option. It always works so wonderfully and never fails to put a smile on my face. So you may return to your realm, mortal. I've grown a bit tired of looking at you, listening to your entitled problems. So I wouldn't have it any other way, really. Yes, return to your realm, to your friends, your family, your pathetic little life. And when you try to put pen to paper, you'll find it a mite more difficult than you did before. The ideas, the stories, the words, they'll still come to you. But you won't know what to do with them. You won't know how to lay them out. They'll never quite feel right. And while your career will still flourish, you'll never be able to enjoy the art you took so decidedly for granted. So I hope coming here and trying to weasel your way out of the consequences was worth it, little mouse. I also hope the next few decades of creative bankruptcy were what you desired. Because that's what you got out of this little visit. That's what you get when you deal with a devil.